This is Beat 53 Radio, Celebrity News. When Kendrick Lamar made his entrance to his sold-out show at the Kia Forum in Inglewood, Calif. On Juneteenth, he did so with a bang. He performed Euphoria, a track he released in April during his well-documented feud with Drake, adding a new lyric, "Give me Tupac ring back and maybe I'll give you a little respect." The internet went wild. This was Mr. Lamar's first time performing since his testy dispute with Drake escalated into a volley of diss tracks this spring. For the show, titled The Pop-Out, Ken and Friends, he brought out fellow West Coast artists such as Dr. Dre, YG, Tyler, The Creator, Schoolboy Q and Steve Lacy, the next generation of musicians from the region after Tupac Shakur. It was a victory lap after unofficially winning the war. Mr. Lamar had been questioning Drake's authenticity and status among black musicians and fans, and adding the line about Mr. Shakur's ring only doubled down on that message. The ring is one of the most iconic jewelry pieces in hip-hop history. It features a 14-karat crown encrusted with cabochon rubies and pave diamonds. It also bears the inscription, Pac and Dada 1996, referring to his engagement to Kidada Jones, the daughter of Quincy Jones. The ring, which he designed himself, commemorates both the founding of his media company, Euthanasia, and his romance with Ms. Jones. He wore it at the 1996 MTV Video Music Awards, his last public appearance before his killing. In August 2023, Drake purchased the ring from an auction at Sotheby's for $1.01 million. That irked Mr. Lamar, who has taken the baton of West Coast rap from Mr. Shakur and has been influenced by his legacy. According to Vicky Toback, author of the 2022 book, Ice Cold, A Hip-Hop Jewelry History, jewelry has long been a symbol of allegiance and brotherhood in hip-hop. Drake just sort of buying his cred. It doesn't sit well with a lot of people, Ms. Toback said. Kendrick Lamar wearing a red hoodie and ball cap and blue jeans and performing on stage before a large crowd. There was speculation that the outfit Kendrick Lamar wore at his Los Angeles concert on Wednesday, a red sweatshirt, white hoodie, jeans and a massive cross chain, was replicating Mr. Shakur's outfit from a 1994 performance. Credit: Gabriella Ongodi Jones for the New York Times. She added, by saying, "Give me the ring," he means me, in a bigger sense. Me, as in hip-hop, the real hip-hop. Me, the real legacy of what Tupac stands for. Kendrick is using jewelry as a way to disrespect Drake and say, "We are the ones that should be the holders of that ring because we are the true representatives of what Pac and that ring stood for." But Mr. Lamar's added lyric also raises this question. Where do hip-hop artifacts get placed, and who takes ownership of them? Ms. Toback also curated Ice Cold, an exhibition of hip-hop jewelry, which is on exhibit at New York's Museum of Natural History until January. She tried to include Mr. Shakur's ring and some of Pharrell Williams' early jewelry, which Drake had also purchased in auctions. She said that she made a request to Drake through a representative but he declined. "I think when it comes to hip-hop, it's really important to keep certain pieces accessible to the communities that the music is from," she said, adding that the purchases indicate a move toward artifacts being taken out of the public eye and into private hands. Last year, Drake purchased several pieces of Mr. Williams' old jewelry via the online auction platform Jupiter. He then released Meltdown, a song with Travis Scott, in which he takes jabs at Mr. Williams and his camp, a sign of some good old hip-hop disrespect, Ms. Toback said. The point that Mr. Lamar is making, and has been making, is that he is the culture. His live show on Wednesday was an ode to the culture and to West Coast hip-hop. There was speculation that even the outfit Mr. Lamar wore, a red sweatshirt, white hoodie, jeans and a massive cross chain, was replicating Mr. Shakur's outfit from a 1994 performance. Mr. Lamar doesn't typically wear flashy chains. And at the end of the show, he brought out scores of notable Los Angeles figures, like the NBA players Russell Westbrook and DeMar DeRozan, and gang members, regardless of section. "You ain't seen this many sections on one stage keeping it together and having peace," Mr. Lamar said at the show. He dapped up person after person while playing his hit song, Not Like Us, another Drake diss, which he performed 5 times in a row. "I promise this won't be the last you see of us," Mr. Lamar said, before walking off the stage. Celebrity news. Award-winning R&B singer, born Robert Sylvester Kelly, on 3 charges of producing child porn and 3 charges of enticement of minors for sex. He was sentenced to 2 decades in prison on the charges. In his appeal, Kelly argued that Illinois' former and shorter statute of limitations on child sex prosecutions should have applied to his Chicago case rather than current law permitting charges while an accuser is still alive. He also argued that charges involving one accuser should have been tried separately from the charges tied to 3 other accusers due to video evidence that became a focal point of the Chicago trial. State prosecutors have said the video showed Kelly abusing a girl. The accuser, identified only as Jane, testified for the first time that she was 14 when the video was taken. The 3-judge panel from the Chicago-based 7th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in Friday's ruling noted that jurors acquitted Kelly on 7 of the 13 counts against him, even after viewing those abhorrent tapes. The appeals court also rejected Kelly's argument that he should not have been prosecuted since the allegations occurred while Illinois law required prosecution of child sex crime charges within 10 years. The panel labeled it an attempt by Kelly to elude the charges entirely after employing a complex scheme to keep victims quiet. R. Kelly leaving the Daly Center after a hearing in his child support case in Chicago in May 2019. Kelly's attorney Jennifer Bonjean did not immediately respond to a message left with her office seeking comment on Kelly's behalf. Prosecutors in Kelly's hometown of Chicago had sought an even tougher sentence, asking for 25 years. They also wanted a judge to not let that time begin until after Kelly completed a 30-year sentence imposed in 2022 in New York for federal racketeering and sex trafficking convictions. Judge Harry Leinenweber rejected that ask, ordering that Kelly serve the 20 years from the Chicago case simultaneously with the New York sentence. Kelly has separately appealed the New York sentence. In arguments last month before the 2nd U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals, Ms. Bonjean asked the panel to find that prosecutors improperly used a racketeering statute written to shut down organized crime to go after the singer. The "I Believe I Can Fly" singer has faced consistent allegations of sexual abuse and misconduct throughout his career, which he has denied. In 1994, then aged 27, Kelly married 15-year-old singer Aaliyah at a secret ceremony in Chicago. The marriage was later annulled after the teenager was found to have lied about her age on the marriage certificate. Kelly faced further accusations of having sexual relations with underage women in 1996, 2001 and 2002. He was charged with 21 counts of making child sexual abuse videos involving various sexual acts in June 2002, but was acquitted on all counts following trial in 2008. In 2017, a new investigation by BuzzFeed claimed that Kelly had trapped 6 women in a sex cult, having taken advantage of them after they approached him for help with their musical careers. The singer was accused of controlling the women's lives, including what they ate and wore, and when they slept, and keeping records of their sexual activity. The article prompted more alleged victims to come forward, with a 6-part documentary titled Surviving R. Kelly airing on Lifetime in 2019. It detailed further allegations of sexual abuse and misconduct against the singer. In July 2019, Kelly was arrested and charged with sex trafficking offenses, including possession of child abuse images and obstruction of justice.